If you are a fan, and the definition of a fan is someone who loves a player unconditionally and they can't do no wrong. So if you are a 49er fan, you can leave. You can leave, go do something else. This conversation isn't for you. I need the real faithful in the building. Now, that that's said and done, and I have the real core of the faithful in the building, we're going to start off with the most important position in football. The most important position in football is the head coach. Yes, the most important position. When you're an owner of a team, a franchise, the most important thing you hire is your general manager and your coach. And if I'm talking out of bounds or if I'm not speaking correctly, drop it in the chat and let me know, and we'll have that conversation. We will have that conversation, ladies and gentlemen. I am totally fine with having that conversation. But the most important person to hire is the general manager and the coach. Kyle Shanahan in the chat, because this is all faithful. So we all have a say in this. Not fans, faithful. What do you grade Kyle Shanahan as a coach, not a play caller? That is an offensive coordinator. But as a coach, what do you grade Kyle Shanahan this season only? Drop it in the chat right now. I want to know. I want to know, what do you grade Kyle Shanahan this season? Because this is very and very important. And I want to see if we have 49er faithful in the building, or do we still have fans of coaches? I want to know. I want to see it loud and proudly. Do not be afraid, okay? We are all faithful. We all want the same thing if you're a 49er faithful. We all want the one thing. The one thing. That's what makes us faithful. We all want the one thing. So I want to see what's your grade for Kyle Shanahan this season. Now, I'm going to give my grade for Kyle Shanahan this season, okay? My grade for Kyle Shanahan this season, I give Kyle Shanahan a D+. A D+. Now, 49er faithful will understand why I'm giving Kyle Shanahan a D+. Why he deserves a D+. For coaching, not calling plays. That is an offensive coordinator. So we'll get to that part of his job description in 1 second. But right now, we're just talking about coaching. Your job as a coach is to coach the team, to have coaching staff that supports the team and supports the development of where you want this team to go. Am I correct? Yes. That's what a coach's job is supposed to be. Kyle Shanahan, you failed at that. Why did you fail at that? Because this team was not prepared the entire season. This team was not ready the entire season. Did we have highs? Absolutely. But we can't forget about the lows. We can't forget about the lows. And the lows this season was very, very low. They were very, very low. Very low. Sir, you get a D+. One big reason why he gets a D+ is because he did not consistently commit to keeping this team together through the thick and the thin, keeping this team together. I understand they are all grown men. I understand these are grown men we are talking about that have wives, have children, and have other things out of football. But your job as the coach is to go over and beyond to make sure that this team is connected. That's your job, is to keep it all connected. You failed with Brandon Ayuk as a coach. You failed. You failed. You've lived longer. You've seen more. You have a wiser. You have done more in this league. And you did not go out of your way, from what we know about as faithful, to amend that relationship and get his ass on the field this season. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Please drop it in the chat if you think I'm wrong and give me the reason why. Don't give me one sentence of why you think I'm wrong, because this is 49er faithful. Our feelings matter. So I want you to write your little paragraphs right now and tell me, why am I wrong in this? Kyle chose the team and thought he could outcoach other coaches without having our best wide receiver on the field. It's the truth. He said, without saying it out loud, Ricky P's better. We don't need Brandon. We're moving forward. Where did moving forward get us to? Getting blown out in the playoffs. Blown out. And you can't tell me we would have been better. We would not have been better without Brandon Ayuk. You can't say that. You can't say that. It's just the truth, and we're going to get into it more. So, Kyle Shanahan, D+. Because you did not amend the relationship with your star wide receiver. And you thought you were a better coach and could develop routes and plays to where we would forget about Brandon Ayuk. Boy, were you wrong. Boy, were you wrong. Now, outside of that, when it came to free agency, because guess what, Kyle? You're also in charge of that with John Lynch. You're supposed to bring in the best set of players, okay, at the trade deadline. Trade deadline. Who did we grab on the D-line? Linebacker, offensive line. Let me know. Drop in the comments right now. White. Who else? Who else did we grab? Who else? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Nobody. We grabbed nobody. And you, Kyle, made us faithful think that was the best thing for this team to be successful this season. Boy, you were wrong yet again. You were wrong. You were wrong. You didn't beg the front office to bring in players that we know of. You didn't. You had the same sob-ass stories. Oh, we're just going to look at the best and try to see what we can do, and we'll be ready, you know. And we're going to be all the way transparent now, because now let's talk about Kyle Shanahan as a play caller, offensive coordinator. Yes. Let's talk about it right now. Kyle Shanahan's play calling this season was atrocious. Atrocious. It was bad. It was basic. It was mediocre, mediocrity, however you want to call it. The offensive play calling was flat. It was flat. Now, I know some of you out there want to become a fan of Kyle Shanahan and protect his feelings. If you are a fan, get out of the chat right now. This is for 49er faithful only, because only 49er faithful understand what I'm saying right now. This is the truth. Your play calling was flat. I don't care if you had backups. You selected the backups with John Lynch. Get smarter backups. Rechange the way you call offensive plays. Let's not give Kyle Juszczyk the ball on 4th down on a pitch to Christian McCaffrey against the number 1 defensive line since the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, yeah, we're talking today. We are talking today, ladies and gentlemen. And again, please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Jump in the chat. Let me know how you feel, your thought process, everything, and give me a real dynamic scope of what you saw.